Welcome back, everyone, to the VS Code Insiders podcast. You're behind the scenes with the VS Code team. I'm your host, James Montemagno, and today I have a super exclusive interview with one of the most amazing people in the entire world. In fact, it is her last day on internship here at Microsoft on the VS Code team, Christy Nguyen. Thank you so much for coming on your very last day. I'm like sad that you're like, this is my last day. This is happening, but I think exciting.
No, yeah, you caught me on a good day. But hi, James. Thanks so much for having me. I'm Christy. I'm a rising junior at the University of Washington, and I'm VS Code SWE intern this summer.
That is awesome. I'm super excited. The team loves you. And I was like, I was just like, wow, I was on the call on Tuesday and just like the gushing amount of just like how amazing Christy is. This is so cool. I'm super interested in your background even before going on to the internship, and we'll talk about that. I'm super excited because I did an internship. I'm old, so I way long ago, and it was one of the coolest things I ever did. Like my college required me to do it. But yeah, what got you into the space? Like, what are you doing at University of Washington? Like, how did you get into tech? I'm interested in everything, Christy.
Awesome. Yes. So I first started coding in my junior year of high school. I basically was just trying to stack as many classes as I could just for college purposes. And I randomly just chose AP Computer Science A, I believe. And I just thought it was super cool that I could even print Hello World. So, because obviously from an outsider's perspective, you have no idea what's happening. So I thought that was really cool. We got to make games. We got to program stuff like, I don't know, printing random numbers even. I thought that was pretty cool to me. So that's where my journey started. And then I went on to go to Computing for All just to get my hands on more like website work, because I know Computing for All is a program that trains students like me to get more into dev work. So after that, that's a Microsoft sponsored organization.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask a little bit more. That's the first time I've heard of it, actually, which is funny because I've been here for 10 years. You think I would know everything, but we're a huge company. So like, what was that? What did you do during that?
Yeah, so Computing for All, it's a virtual program, and basically they just give you a project. You can work on whatever you want, and you present it to your peers. And that's a Microsoft-sponsored organization. So that's how I was eligible to apply for the Microsoft Discovery internship.
How cool.
Which is for graduating high school seniors.
Now, is that the one where you pick like the PM or engineering role? Like, what is, so people probably, I mean, I think hopefully a lot of people listen to this and like, they're like, wow, like I want to be an intern on the VS Code team. Like, what were the steps you did? So this discovery program, because I know the one that's like you pick and you get to choose. Is that the same one?
No, so that's a different one. So It went Discovery and then Explorer, which is the pick PM or SWE. And then it's the regular SWE or PM internship. So yeah, my journey started a couple years ago.
Very cool. So was this the Discovery internship then?
Which one?
So you had the Discovery internship. That's what was eligible for this one. Is that correct?
So let me take it a little step back.
Okay,
so,
good.
Yeah, so I did Computing for All. Then that made me eligible for Discovery.
Got it.
And then that gave me kind of like a advantage, I guess, to Explore. And then I returned from Explore for this SWE internship. And to get on the VS Code team, I guess I just asked for it. I was like, they asked what I wanted, and I was like, I really want to work on something that I use. So I asked for VS Code or VS Code EDU because I'm also really interested in ed tech. And I guess they placed me here and I got really lucky.
That's awesome. Okay, so that makes sense. Now I know the whole journey. That's like a pretty awesome journey. Like in each of those different steps, were there parts of like Discovery or just Explorer versus like where you're at now? Like how did those all differ like from your experience going through the programs?
Yeah. So Discovery is a lot less technical. So I was on Figma. I was making storyboards. thinking about the user experience and how to solve their pain points, but I wasn't actually coding anything.
Hmm.
So I think it was a really good look into what working at Microsoft looks like by just observing my mentors and
Emails, lots of emails.
lots of emails, lots of meetings. Um, so that's that. So I got to learn about that. And then Explore was kind of, I don't want to say baby, but it was it was definitely for first and second years. So I got to learn about the PM process, make some specs, learn more about the user experience and what their pain points are and how to solve them. Conducted some interviews to really learn about their experience. And that was when I also got into dev work. So I got to help code this like date picker, which is similar to if you choose like just a calendar pop up and then you choose a date. So that was really cool. And then my SWE internship was definitely really different from all those other ones. I really got to code the entire time basically, and I felt like I was pushing out work to users immediately. So that was really cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't get to intern until like I was almost done with college. So like I like the progression because it feels like I'm thinking about like my tenure here at Microsoft and like kind of funnily enough, like when I got thrown into Microsoft, like, I was doing dev advocacy and I already was a software engineer, but I didn't really know anything about PM work or like user research or customer interviews. I never done any of that.
Mm.
So I felt like everything that you just said, like I also did that stuff. Like, as someone that, has been in career for a bit, like that part, well, it doesn't seem super interesting. It's super important, right? Like actually talking to our developers and understanding like the problem that's there, but probably not as fun as writing the code.
For sure. And also just the PM world, I feel like it's still kind of new, even though it's been here for a while. Like there's not a definite um idea of what responsibilities they have. It really differs per team. So I also think that was super interesting to see the differences.
When I came into Microsoft, I have a PM title. I do 0 PM work like a normal PM would because I did it for a while. And I was like, I do not like this. It's not what I'm good at. I said, I love advocacy, community, engagement. And that it's a different type of PM work. Like you're saying, it's like it's evolved. It's kind of different per team even too. And I said, I got to code. I'm an engineer. I got to code. I got to do some code. I got to slang code. I got to do some stuff. I got to use the tools. So that's awesome. So you came in for your SWE internship and you're just like, I just want to use the vscode team or the EDU team. And they're just like, boom, go. I mean, did you get to pick like what part of it was just like general? Like what did that process look like?
Yeah. So it was definitely a boom go situation. So I just went into it and then they're like, here's what we need. This is, if you see on GitHub, there's a feature where someone can file like a feature request, and this specific feature request was probably filed 6 years ago and it has like 100 upvotes, and they're like, we don't have the time for this, you got this. So that was my experience. So yes, it was definitely very much like drinking from a fire hose, but I learned a lot, so worth it, I guess.
That's awesome. So you get in day one, they're like, here's the thing, go. Like, do you know any of these team members? Do you know any of the process? Because like every team, like you're on the VS Code team, which like is shipping, I mean, daily, right? I mean, like every single day, right? I mean, with insiders.
Yeah. I think I get to know the team just from asking for help. Like if someone is within me like 3 feet, then I'm gonna like chase after them and ask them for help. So that was the way I got to know the team members. And then for learning about the team's workflows, I think VS Code does a really good job of having good documentation. Everything's super updated because obviously the community can contribute. So I just followed that.
That's awesome. So what did you work on? What is this ticket? What is this magical 6-year-old feature that Christy crushed?
Yeah, so I worked on the Git extensions, specifically implementing this long-standing feature request of adding support for Git worktrees. So James, have you ever wanted to stash your changes or check out multiple branches at a time, or you just didn't want to stash your changes?
Well, one, it's nearly impossible to know and understand how to stash and pop changes. So I only let Copilot do it for me, by the way, and Copilot's slanging whatever. I actually, Chrissy, what's really fascinating when I saw this feature, so when we were talking about what you were working on, I didn't ever in my mind really think about using multiple branches, because I would work on multiple branches. Funnily enough, like I would go to github.com and I would like work on a branch, like maybe make a small little change to the README or do something, because in my VS Code instance here, I would have a single branch that's there. Unless I had another machine, I couldn't really be on other branches.
Wow.
But it actually hasn't been, I'll be super honest with you, until like this year. And when I saw this feature, that I was like, oh, that makes sense, because I am working with Copilot and the AI on a bunch of different things all at once. Right. Yeah. And to be able to do that, you don't want to do it all in the same branch really at the same time. Or like, or for example, like if I am working and not quite done on something, I'm actually like committing that code, and then I'm like switching to a branch. It's like a big overhead on it. So I guess like, how does this feature work in practicality, right? Because you're not changing the branch. Like it kind of blows my mind to think about working on multiple branches. Like I can't even understand. You're going to have to explain it to me.
Yeah. So that was actually one of the main motivations for implementing this feature request, because of all the agent work that's being done. So one workflow that I like to do is check out or create multiple different work trees, which are on a different branch of the current branch that I'm on in my main repository. And then I might try out different models in each branch. So let's say like I try out solution 1 using GPT in one work tree, and then send off Sonnet to do work in another work tree. And then I can look at all those changes that were made and test out the solutions in those independent work trees. And then once I'm happy with one, then I'll tweak it a little bit and then pull those changes back into my main like branch. So that's one workflow that I really like to use. And I think that they're going to use work trees as kind of the underlying infrastructure to do that parallel agent work. So that's super exciting as well.
So how does it show up inside of VS Code? Like what should we like look for? If I open up VS Code today, just open up inside. We're doing this in real time. I just open up, honestly, I love like the Git integration, the pulling, the whole thing is delightful. Okay, so I'm in here. Where do I got to go? What do I got to see?
Yes. Okay. So do you have the SCM view showing up on your left? So to have the view of your repositories, have the view of the changes in your files?
Yes.
So that's the main area where you can view your work trees. And a really easy way to access creating a work tree is just through the command palette called create work tree. And then from there, you can choose which branch you want to check out in that work tree.
Doing it?
Yes.
Okay.
And then
select a branch. Did it?
Yeah. And then you choose the path that the work tree lives in, and that will be the folder that the branch will be.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'm on main today. I'm going to go in, so everyone can try this and follow along at home. I'm going to go in. I'm going to say, work tree, create a new branch. I'm going to call it VS Code podcast. Boom.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So now you see, now you just created a work tree that is checking out the same commit that main has.
And it's asking me for a folder location, which is now creating a new folder called feedbackflow.worktrees/ and I called it VS Code podcast.
Yeah. So your work tree will now be called VS Code-podcast, and it will live in the VS or your parent folder that you have, because a lot of people like to create a bunch of work trees and create them in a separate folder that's dedicated towards work trees.
Wow. It's kind of like, this blew my mind right now. Like, this is like, I'm trying to comprehend, Christy. Like, one, I'm trying to figure out like how you even implemented it. I don't even want to like think about that because it's gotta be crazy. But like, I'm trying to wrap my head around like what just happened and how cool that was. So is it duplicating my code basically over there? Is just like what, now that I did that, what actually happened?
Yeah, so the the thing about work trees is that one of the benefits is that it's not cloning your repository. So it's having just its own checkout of files. And in the work tree, it has a small like .git file that points back to the main repository's object database. So it's sharing the same Git history, like it's all the Git object data, like the commits, blobs, trees, like basically the history and the file contents. But yeah. So
Okay.
Worktrees is not cloning the main repository.
Very
That's
cool.
honestly the benefit of it, that you're saving a lot of disk usage.
That is awesome. So now that I'm on like a work tree, I can just start to make changes and start to iterate on stuff. And it's going to
Yeah.
be on that specific work tree and that specific
Yeah. Yeah.
branch in the work tree.
Yeah. It's not touching your main repository at all. So that's really cool.
Wow. That is super neat. And then I can just easily switch back and forth between them basically.
Yeah, yeah. Did you open the work tree yet?
I did. Yeah, I have it.
Yeah. So we're also implementing, or it is already implemented, but still continue iterating on it, is that let's say you wanted an agent to do work in that work tree, send a request saying like create a README file, and then back in your main repository, you can migrate the changes from the work tree to your main repository so that, you can have like a guinea pig work tree and then you're like, okay, this is real. This is legit. I'm moving it back in.
Okay. So I have two VS codes open.
Yeah.
One is on main.
Yeah.
And then one is on this work tree inside of this other branch, all in real time.
Yes. Yes. I
Whoa.
know. I can't believe work trees wasn't really known until I guess a couple, like not a lot of people know about it.
Yeah. This is crazy. Okay. So how did you go about, so you're assigned this ticket. Now that we even know what this feature is, people are trying it out. Hopefully I'll point to documentation where we have for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it like to be like, hey, it's like you're interning, you're on the team. You're a team member, right? You're a team member on the team. You have this super important big feature that's been around. People want it. Like now, I mean, you're dropped into a code base. Like what is happening? Like
Yeah.
how was that experience?
Yeah, it was definitely overwhelming at first, but I have to give a big shout out to Lad, who's in the Zurich team. He's owns the Git extension of VS Code, and he really helped me throughout everything. He explained, like broke the big task down into little steps. Um, the team is just super supportive, and they'll repeat things to me like a million times until I understand something. So that was extremely helpful.
So as you're going through this process with the team, what did it look like from your experience doing any of your other internships, doing anything in university or high school? Like, how did it differ? How did it work? Like working on projects, like being on a team for the first time, like actually like committing this code. Like, was it
Yeah.
scary? Was it exciting? Was it fun? Like, what was that like?
Oh my gosh, it was so scary. I remember my first PR, and I was just like anxiously logging into GitHub to see what comments um my team members made, but it was all fine in the end. But I do want to call out that this team definitely ships things really fast, and I'm not sure the motto off the top of my head, but it's like build fast, break thing. Do you know the motto, James?
I don't know. Hopefully it's
Okay.
ship fast and don't break anything.
Yeah, right. But I do remember I introduced one regression, and the community member immediately flagged me. So that was also pretty scary. But then I guess it's not how you, I guess, make those mistakes, but how you bounce back. So that was also a really good learning lesson. And to your other point, remind me again what you were asking.
Oh, just like in general, like working on a team structure, getting that feedback. Like it
Mm.
sounds like you were getting feedback through the process on iterating, but like, and on your PRs as they were coming in, but like, what was that feedback? Like, were you in the office? Was it remote? Like, what was the kind of like, the team is spread out all over the place. Like, what was that experience like? Cause I think a lot, like my first job out of college and even my internship was, I went into the office every single day, drove in, did a thing, and then eventually I had a team that was hybrid, and then I'm remote. Like I just live in my entire team's all over the country, and then people are in the office, but then there's team members all over the world, right? Like what did that experience look like? Because it's very different than like going into a class and like turning in your assignment at the end of the day.
For sure. I went in every day basically because I thought that was a really good way to make friends, and I feel like I achieved that. Like I got to meet the designers, the PMs, all the engineers, and we got really close. They're very funny, so that was also a perk. And also I did work with Lad in Zurich. He's in Zurich right now, so there were like 7 a.m. meetings, or he had to hop on call in the evening. So it was definitely a lot of flexibility on both of our ends. And just the team dynamic it really encourages learning and trying new things and asking for help. So that was also, I felt really welcome to talk to everyone.
That's awesome. Did you have any other lessons learned kind of from your internship? Like things that maybe you would do different or do it the same, maybe like, oh, like I
Yeah.
made this decision early on. And I'm like really glad I did that. Or like, oh, I made that decision. Maybe if I came back, I'd do something a little bit different.
Yeah. So one thing that was really encouraged was the use of AI in my coding. So I guess in school and other aspects of the tech world, but previously it was kind of forbidden, or you probably shouldn't be using these AI features because I guess it's just not encouraged. But this team really encourages using and self-hosting all of the AI features that they are showing up, meaning like trying out all the different models, using agent mode, um, even for making, if I got PR comments, they would recommend putting all the PR comments in a markdown file and using that as a prompt for editing my code. So just a lot of these new things that I never thought to use with AI, I will definitely take with me, because I honestly I've just been using like ask mode or like ChatGPT or something previously, but there's a lot of unique ways that you can use AI.
Yeah. On the podcast, we talked to Tyler and Logan recently. And I think what they said, and kind of what I'm kind of hearing from you, is how the team, builds the product that they want to use, and they're using it to build the product and like, actually like iterate and dog food so actively, because it's like they want to make it amazing for themselves. Right. And I think that's
For
like
sure.
such a cool sort of vibe, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. It feels so meta because every time I tell someone I'm on the VS Code team, they're like, "Wait, so you use VS Code to make VS Code? Or like how do you even test VS Code?" So I thought that was also really cool.
That's awesome. So if anyone's in their career journey, either getting started, maybe like in high school or in uni, or maybe out of uni, like do you have any like advice, like what, for them, like
Mhm.
to kind of follow some path like that you sort of have so far?
Yeah. I'd say one of the biggest things that I'm going to take away with me is contributing to open source projects. Specifically, I know I'll be on the VS Code repo, making pull requests, like pinging, CCing Lad and all the people, and seeing all the issues that they have and seeing if I can fix it a little bit, even with just like Copilot, because I think that's also a really cool way to say like, hey, I contribute to VS Code. Like you don't have to be an intern to contribute to VS Code. So that's something that I'll definitely take with me.
I love that. Well, what's next for you in your journey?
What's next for me? I'm gonna be off to college. I'm finishing my I'm doing my junior year next I'm starting my junior year in 3 weeks. So I'll definitely be in my classes missing doing work on VS Code, but the fundamentals are important. So
Now,
I'll pay
do,
attention.
do you have the opportunity to come back, or like what's the for internships or for other things, or like how does that work, like
Yeah, yeah.
going forward?
Yes. So they said I could return as an intern. I haven't gotten the official email yet. So, but it was recorded. so no take backs. So
It's been transcribed, it's recorded, it's in stone. Chrissy, thank you so much for coming on and talking about your journey, like your internship, the features, blowing my mind. This is amazing. And yeah, great luck in university. Hopefully we get to see you back on the team, and hopefully be on internship as well.
yeah,
So,
thank you so much, Jane, for having me. Like, this was so fun. I love talking about work trees.
well, thank you for spending your last day, taking some time out to spend it with all of us and learning about it. And we'll put links to all the stuff that you worked on, all the stuff in the tree, and we'll put a whole bunch of stuff down there as well. So, Chrissy, thank you so much again. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thanks for all of you for tuning in and listening. Don't forget, you can watch and get some insight, and we put some screenshots on the YouTube and on Spotify. And of course, you can subscribe on your favorite podcast applications, like, subscribe, do all the things. That's going to do it for this VS Code Insiders podcast. Till next time, I'm James. Happy coding.